Welcome to the Premiere-FTP support YouTube channel. We're going to today go over accessing our FTP server and downloading the Bobby Bones Country Top 30 countdown. We will isolate the difference between the iHeartMedia branded version and the non-iHeartMedia branded version. Make sure you're getting the correct audio for your new program. So first way we're going to show you is via Windows Explorer, and then we're also going to go over how to use an FTP client software. So you should have an email from us. It's going to look something like this, and the very first link you see is an embedded link. It has the username, the password, and the full path to where your files are going to be posted every week. For the Country Top 30, we start posting files at about 3 p.m. Pacific time on Thursday afternoons, and that'll finish up likely before about 6 o'clock, so 2 or 3 hours before it's all said and done. Now, we are on a first in, first out with that program, so if we get the green light that the show is done ahead of time, then we will go ahead and make it available for you, because it is later in the week. But as far as a schedule, or if you need to predict when you can set up task or script or anything you need to do automatically, 3 p.m. Pacific is the start time for all of that. So we're going to go ahead and copy our embedded link. Down here in my taskbar, the Manila file folder is Windows Explorer. It's also referenced as File Explorer. If you don't have this down here, you can right-click the Start menu. You'll see either Open Windows Explorer, Open File Explorer, or just the word Explore. And it all goes to the same place. And here in the address bar, we're going to right-click and paste. And then I got two options. I can hit Enter, or I can click on the arrow. It logs me in, and it logs me straight into the test.fm folder. You notice I've got 34 items in here. Normally, you will only see 17 unless you have multiple day parts. So we have a complete set for Saturday and a complete set for Sunday, all in the same folder. We treat Saturday and Sunday as different entities because of the embedded commercial inventory. We give our advertisers the option to run different audio on Saturday versus Sunday. That they can and frequently will take advantage of that. So we want to make sure that if you have a Sunday and a Saturday day part, that you are using the correct files for each day. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight everything for the sake of time. I'm going to highlight the smallest files in here. I'm going to hold down Control, and I'm going to right click, copy to folder. I have a temp folder set up on my desktop. I'm going to select that folder and hit OK. And if I browse to that folder, you will see that those 4 files have already been downloaded. You can also click and drag, or copy and paste. All of the above will get you your files downloaded to a local folder, where then you can now load them into automation, move them around, convert them. You can do whatever you need to do. So the file names may be a little confusing. We're also going to send along a naming map. It's PDF form, and you'll be able to line that up against the file names here. Let's see if I can get it to where it looks. There we go. And you'll see that 915398 is the hour 1 segment 1 for the Saturday version. 915416 is hour 1 segment 1 for the Sunday version. While also in Windows Explorer and still connected to our FTP server, if you click on the Bobby Bones Country Top 30 folder, it will give you the list of all the folders inside that directory. You're going to want to look into this 1-Q Sheets folder. And what you're going to find in here is the weekly rundown of that weekend's program. So we're going to download that guy. Come on. Copy, paste. And if you open it up, it will tell you what songs are being run, what interviews are, and it's a good way to double check your segment time, your total segment length with the spots, etc., etc. We highly recommend grabbing that every week. Obviously, will also help you with your ASCAP reporting. So that's how you would access our server via Windows Explorer and download content to a local folder. So in order to use FileZilla, we're going to open up the program. We have two main ways. The first is the Quick Connect. Inside the host is ftp.premiere-networks.com. Username for me is test, and my password, and I can hit enter or click on Quick Connect. You can leave the port field blank. It's going to use the default FTP port. And on my right hand side, the remote site side, I'm going to scroll down to Bobby Bones Country Top 30. Very important to note that anyone who is a non-iHeartMedia owned location, this is where your show is going to be posted, inside the Bobby Bones Country Top 30 location. If you are an iHeartMedia branded or iHeartMedia owned location, you're going to use the iHeartMedia branded version, which is the iHeart Country Top 30. For right now, my test account does not have access to that folder, but that's the only difference as far as the FTP goes. They're just located in two different locations. So back up here to our Bobby Bones Country Top 30. On the left hand side, I want to find my temp directory. I'm going to go on the back to the right hand side to the test FM folder here, and we're going to do two things. You can click on the right, drag to the left, and as soon as you let go, it's going to automatically download. You can click on the right, drag to the bottom, and nothing will happen. This is the queue, so I could do this a couple of times here, and as soon as I'm ready, I go to transfer menu, process queue, or I can hold down the control key and the letter P, and it will download everything that's in the queue there. So that's the Quick Connect option. You can also create yourself a profile also in Site Manager to allow you to come back and save your connection settings and come back a little quicker. So let's go to new site, CT30. Host is ftp.premiere-networks.com. Logon type is normal, user, password. I would go down here in the comment section and go ahead and make a notation of what your actual password is, so that way if you lose the email, you need to get a hold of this information somehow, FileZilla is going to save it for you. In the advanced tab, I can choose my temporary folder as the default local directory. That's over here on the left hand side. And I can enter my remote directory location that's also in your email, so that when I click connect, it's going to go ahead and log me straight into the test FM folder. And how does that look like when we come back to it? We double click FileZilla. We have two options. We can drop down, select CT30, and it'll automatically connect me. I can click on the little icon, it'll open Site Manager, highlight that site, hit connect, and it'll do the same thing. Or I can go to File menu, Site Manager, and connect. All of which go to the same place. So that's how to use FileZilla. And then lastly, we're going to show you how to map a location to your local computer if you want to go back and use Windows Explorer. So I'm going to right click where it says computer. This will also could be whatever host name you have on your network. I'm going to add a network location. I'm going to hit next. I'm going to hit next. I'm going to type in the FTP address. And I'm going to hit next. I'm just going to label this CT30 and hit next. And I don't want to open it just yet. And there it creates the network location for me. So if I click on that, it's going to log me into that test.fm folder using the FTP account that we've already configured and logged in with. I can right click, send to, desktop, create shortcut. The next time you come back and need to log in, double click and it'll go right in for you. Now, on the case where you double click and this box pops up for yourself, you're just going to need to re-enter the password. You can click save if you choose to and then log on, and it will log you straight back in to the folder that you're looking for. If you log in here and you do not see files and you think there should be, hold down the control key and F5 and it will hard refresh. If at that point you still do not see any content and you think there should be in there, please get a hold of us for any questions regarding this video and or any other FTP related inquiries. Our email address is ftp@premiere-networks.com. It's ftp@premiere, P-R-E-M-I-E-R-E, networks.com. Thank you very much.